Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. I'm Charlie McGraw. We are here at beautiful Rhinebeck High School for a boys lacrosse game. Battle of the Panthers. The visiting Ardsley High School will come and take on Rhinebeck High School in a game between two 2-5 teams in what should be interesting matchup, as these two teams both are young and have graduated a lot of seniors the last 2 years. And when we get back, we will have the opening face-off in a very interesting game as the Panthers will duke it out on the lacrosse field. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, just about set for the opening face-off, Rhinebeck and Ardsley, and it will be won by Ardsley's Danny Hewitt. Both teams 2-5. Hewitt gets it and passes to Ryan Friedman, and he'll take it behind the goal. In goal, Matt Ponticello, the junior from Rhinebeck, and Trevor Levy for the Ardsley Panthers. Both teams are the Panthers. Both teams 2-5, and that shot is easily scored there. Nice work of the ball from Farrell to Friedman, and Emmett Farrell has the assist, and Ryan Friedman has the first goal 30 seconds into the game, and it's quickly 1-0 Ardsley. The bouncing shot from Friedman easily got by Matt Ponticello. Last time we covered them, Rhinebeck had Jake Calcagny in goal. Calcagny does not look to be suited up today. And he's listed as a tack. And that's an illegal fraction against Hewitt. And the ball will go to, and the faceoff will be won by Garofalo. Dan Garofalo, and intercepted immediately. A turnover by Rhinebeck is intercepted, and that's a loose ground ball that will be picked up and secured by Connor Layden. He'll play it forward and bounce it, and it'll go past turnover number 2. A lot of turnovers early by Rhinebeck. First two in the first minute of the game here. And that one is a late hit out. Bounce right behind the goal. It'll stay with Ardsley. They'll have it behind the goal. And the Ardsley Panthers will work it back. John Levy will have it. And going with it here is Hewitt. Hewitt passes around, and another hit. Rhinebeck having a lot of hits out there, though. And this one will be played by Ardsley, and can't handling it, as Khalil Johns will get it.
Come on, Blue!
They'll play it to Danny Hewitt, behind the goal to Friedman, who has the only goal so far. He looks for a bad angle shot, set passes, and a rip will be bounced wide, as it'll stay with Ardsley because Daniel Strick was closest to it, as that's the rule in boys lacrosse. On the missed shot, if team closest to the ball will keep it. As Ardsley has it here. Rhinebeck's only possessed it for about 10-15 seconds, as they had trouble keeping it, and that one is wide of the goal. Possessed again, kept by Emmett Farrell on the possession, as that shot was taken wide by Daniel Strick. Only the one shot on goal is so far the goal by Ryan Freeman 30 seconds in, assisted by Emmett Farrell. Two juniors for Ardsley, as Rhinebeck trails 1-0 here. Both teams 2-5. This one will be played forward by Ardsley. A nice catch on the possible turnover, as that one goes wide again. Ready for that was Ponticello. And it'll be brought in here by Friedman. Looks for the dump. He passes back, and it'll be played by Hewitt as Khalil Johns was also in on it. Was also back there. Johns has it now. Getting the pass from Farrell. Rhinebeck's defense trying to get a stop as Ardsley has had it for the last 2 minutes in Rhinebeck's zone. Unable to score their second goal of the game. And this shot is saved, getting a piece of it. We'll give first save to Matt Ponicellos. He did get a piece of it. To deflected wide. And Ponicello's first save. Still 1-0 as he will. So if this pace continues, we'll see a lot of action throughout the day. First 3:20. As that one is saved by Ponicello. Great save with the body. It hit his foot as that'll start it, finally get it out of the end as Daniel Strick had a rip at it, but Ponicello with his second save, and Rhinebeck having trouble keeping the ball, and that's a foul against Ardsley, and it'll be Rhinebeck ball. Foul against Ardsley. 2 saves for Ponicello. Rhinebeck yet to have a shot on Trevor Levy. They'll have their first chance though now. Connor Layden with it. And they'll take it slow to Vajegas. Vajegas passes to Reimers. And it'll be played back to Layden, to the side to Roman Calcagni, the sophomore. Smaller players on the field. This one, Rhinebeck wisely taking their time as they don't want to turn it over again, as they already have 2 turnovers, and this one nearly had a couple more as well. 7:30 remaining, just 1-0 lead for Ardsley. 2 saves for Matt Ponticello, the junior goalie from Rhinebeck. Calcagni makes a move for a second as he makes a pick, and the pick results in the first shot for Rhinebeck, and Kevin Reimers' shot is saved by Levy. First save for him. Out of bounds, and it'll be Rhinebeck ball. Good defense by Rhinebeck to get a turnover. 7:08 remaining here in the first quarter. 4 12-minute quarters in boys lacrosse, as opposed to 2 25-minute halves in girls lacrosse at the high school level. On a beautiful day here at Rhinebeck High School. One of the few grass fields left in Section 1. And still in pretty good shape here in the spring. As it's mainly used for the football, but they got the lacrosse lines all ready for the fall. All the fields are grass here at Rhinebeck, which is a rarity. Not many high schools in Section 1 have that still left, or throughout the country even. As Rhinebeck slowly getting their offense in sync here. Calcagni has it, plays it to Layden. Connor Layden to Dan Vajegas on the far sideline. Behind the goal. Reimers.
Come on, D! Go blue!
Reimers has it again. He'll get a chance to shoot it, and he will. Second shot for him. Second save for Levy. And he'll pass it to Khalil Johns, who will bring it up. It's the yellow line is the out-of-bounds line here at Rhinebeck for lacrosse. Johns gets past the half. And it'll be played forward by Ardsley. Behind the goal as they'll make a couple quick subs on the fly. Just like hockey, allowed to substitute on the fly like that. In boys lacrosse and girls, they have straight substitutions, not on the fly like that. Much quicker game by the boys with the hitting allowed as well. And that shot is deflected away by the defense, and Emilio Ayala, excuse me. And his play caused the turnover, Ayala. And it'll be played back to the goalie Ponticello, and he'll bring it up. And he's looking for a long pass, but instead he'll bait Friedman to guard him, and he'll just dump it. And playing it forward was Mark Chinchuli, who threw it out of bounds. Ardsley will have it. Fourth turnover of the day for Rhinebeck compared to one or two from Ardsley. 4:45. Both teams with actually 3 shots for Ardsley as they lead 1-0. 2 shots for Rhinebeck, both taken by Reamers. And this one will be played by Ardsley. Ardsley has it here. That was John Levy to Fodeman. Fodeman man back to Levy from Strick and picked up by Hewitt. Across 3 defenders. Long stick can't play when it's in the offensive zone like this. They have to just stay on the other half, and same with the defense. Same with the forwards. The 3 forwards can't help the defense. So this way you have an even game here as it's the 6-on-6. The defensive midfielders and the D for the defenders for Rhinebeck versus the forward attacking middies from Ardsley. As the clock continues to go down in this first quarter, 3:40 remaining. 1-0 is the score. Ardsley looking for a good shot here as they're outpossessing Rhinebeck, and that one will be played and scored by the Ardsley Panthers, Emmett Farrell. So he has an assist and a goal. As passing it to him was Friedman. Friedman now has an assist. So both players have a goal and an assist. .8:38 into this first quarter, and the score is 2-0. Emmett Farrell with the most recent goal, assisted by Ryan Friedman. Farrell coincidentally assisted on Ryan Friedman's goal 30 seconds into this one. Rhinebeck looking to break the Ardsley shutout, but they'll have to wait as it's picked up on the faceoff by the defender, Will Benningfield, the sophomore. Benningfield crosses over, he passes it, and that one will be picked up. And Benningfield will get the assist. The defender, Will Benningfield, gets the assist on a bouncing pass to Ryan Friedman. So Friedman gets the goal. 8 minutes and 57 seconds into this first quarter, assisted by the defender, Will Bedingfield. Bedingfield got it and was able to go past the mid and then through the pass and then went back. The bouncing pass was picked up by Friedman, so Bedingfield gets that assist. Friedman, 2 goals and an assist. Bedingfield an assist and a goal for Emmett Farrell. 2 saves for Trevor Levy from Ardsley, and 2 saves as well for Ponticello from Rhinebeck, and it's 3-0 with 3:03. As our friend Rob Reamer would say, that escalated quickly. Or what's Ron Burgundy as well, but Rob Reamer liked to say that on air a couple of times, right, Rob?
Way to go, Blue!
The famous anchor man, as that did escalate quickly as they scored. It was 1-0 through the first 8 minutes, and then inside the 3 and 4 minute mark, they scored 2 quick goals at Ardsley to make it a 3-0 lead now. Rhinebeck's got to just focus on, getting some shots of their own and actually possessing the ball and not turning it over. They want to stay in this one, as they can't let Ardsley jump out to a 4, 5, 6 goal lead before this first quarter ends in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. As they'll play it now, Will Ardsley. Josh Cohen will have it. Cohen will pass to Strick. And that was a goal. As it got by him, Strick scored it. And it'll be assisted by Emmett Farrell. 2 assists for Farrell. Daniel Strick with the goal. 9 minutes and 49 seconds in. Strick, the attackman, with the goal. 9:49 in as that one bounced by, and getting a piece of it was Ponticello. It looked like he had it initially, but it just snuck by him. And Strick gets the goal, assisted by Emmett Farrell, his second assist. Another face-off here. 3 or 4 have been won by Ardsley. penalty, as they called the penalty, is that's the second time the penalty by Hewitt results in the one by Chinchuli, as that one will be played forward. Layden has it.
Come on, Blue, some good clean D.
That one will be played behind the goal by Roman Calcagni.
Come on, Daddy.
Calcagni gets hit there hard by Hewitt. Calcagni passes. Shot is wide, taken by Connor Layden on the pass from Calcagni, looking for their first goal. 4-0, 1:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Ardsley with the early 4-0 lead. Rhinebeck looking to avoid the first quarter shutout as they have it behind the Ardsley goal. Played around there. Justin Layden played it to Reimers. To Vajegas, a senior soccer and basketball player as well, will play it forward now to Justin Layden. And Reimers has it, plays it to Connor Layden. Layden has Vajegas, does not pass it to him, has Reimers, who he does pass it to, with 22 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rhinebeck looking for one final perfect shot of this first quarter to maybe get on the board to make it 4-1 after one, as 8 seconds now. Takes it on, does Layden. Layden passes. And the shot wide open. Vajegas can't handle it, because that was a good pass to get an open shot that would have been a buzzer beater from Kevin Reimers to Vajegas, but he couldn't handle it, and we will end the first quarter with a 4-0 lead for Ardsley. So we'll be back in the coming up next in the second quarter here at Rhinebeck High School. Back here on LMC TV Varsity Sports, I'm Charlie McGraw alongside cameramen Ray Marcelik and Alex Newman, and Rob Moretti, who's also community sports producer and the leader of the sports program. And what a goal early on, as that was a snipe by Danny Hewitt as he gets the face-off and just snipes a goal 10 seconds in, and it is 5-0 Ardsley, as the praise on Rob will have to wait another time.
Way to go, Daddy.
First goal of the game for Danny Hewitt. Five different goal scorers: Danny Hewitt, Emmett Farrell, who also has 2 assists, Daniel Strick, Ryan Friedman, 4 different goal scorers, as Friedman has 2 goals and an assist. Strick has a goal, Farrell has a goal and 2 assists, and Danny Hewitt now has a goal. 2 saves for Levy, and only 2 saves for Ponticello's, giving up 5 goals. They have not been his fault, though, as the defense has allowed a lot of shots here. And Ardsley's done a good job, and that's a turnover, and Rhinebeck will get it. That's just the break they need. As Calcagni will pick that up right in front of our cameraman, Ray Marcelik. And Calcagni getting hit hard, and boys lacrosse, you're allowed to defend like that, as he hits him hard and goes out, and that shot is a save, number 3 for the goalie. He'll get it. Oh, illegal play though after getting the save. He brought it back into the crease illegally. Did the goalie Ponticello. Gets credit for his 3rd save, but we'll turn it over to the other team's number 6, as Ponticello is the goalie wearing number 6, and the star attackman is Ryan Friedman, who wears number 6 for Ardsley. As he mishandled the play, and that caused the turnover. After he made the save, he lost possession of it, and the official gave it to Ardsley. 5-0, a minute and a half gone by here in the second quarter as the two teams switch sides for the quarters. They do each quarter, and getting it is the cherry picker Friedman, as that's what you need in lacrosse, is you'll keep possession if you have someone behind the goal, which is a crazy rule. Just if you send somebody back there just to make sure you keep the ball in the possession. Eventually, I played soccer, and obviously if you kicked it out, you miss a shot, the other team gets the ball, but not the case in lacrosse. You can miss it and keep it. A lot of different crazy rules. And that one goes through, and it is saved as he was able to deflect it wide on the shot taken there by Strick. Was save number 4 for the goalie, Matt Ponticello. And another turnover almost, but kicked around and saved by Delita. And then he turns it over. So 6 turnover for Rhynek. So that could count as 2 turnovers basically there for Rhynek. It's going to the grass. Can't say the turf because this is a grass field here at Rhynek. Was Ardsley's Fodeman. Rhynek looking to keep Ardsley off the board here with as that one will go wide. As the cheers from the Rhynek-Briarcliff game, which we were going to cover a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, but it got rained out, so we're covering this game, so we couldn't cover it, as Rhynek just had a long home run for Rhynek against Briarcliff, who's always a good team as well. Looks like they're leading 5-1 though. Not sure if that's after the home run or before. That one will be played smartly behind the goal to Farrell, as Ardsley looking for their perfect shot, and they'll pass it here. And that one is loose. Fighting for it was Calcagney, getting a small body in there, trying to take it away from Friedman, and Rhynek will look to move it forward with the defender, Delita, and coach will get a timeout. Will coach Jonathan Sable. So a smart timeout there. 8:22 remaining. First timeout of the game taken by Rhynek. 5-0 Ardsley after they had 4 in the first quarter and 1 10 seconds in here on Daniel, on a goal by Danny Hewitt. So we'll be right back with the final 8:22 of the first half here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the very wise timeout by Jonathan Sable, as his defender Alex Delita was in a tough spot there. And after calling the timeout, his midfielder gets possession of it, as Rhynek is just fighting to keep possession. That's been a problem for them throughout this game, and nearly turned over, kicked around, still loose, and it'll be finally knocked out of bounds by the frustrated defender from Ardsley, Will Palladino, the senior. So Rhynek gets a break as they'll keep possession. The official will whistle it dead though, and it'll be started over by Justin Layden, the freshman, only freshman on this team for Rhynek. This one will be played forward as it'll be up to Calcagney, who has a bouncing shot, and it'll be stopped, or it'll be wide, as not getting a piece of it was Levy. Near chance of a goal though by Calcagney. Best chance of this second quarter for Rhynek, and as 5.5 gone by, and it is 5-0 still. Ardsley has 4 goals in the first half, 2 by Ryan Friedman, in addition to an assist by Will Banningfield, as Rhynek will retain it. Closest to it was Calcagney. Daniel Strick also scored. Emmett Farrell and Danny Hewitt scored 10 seconds in here. 2 saves for Levy and 4 saves for Ponticello. It'll be played by Ponticello to Vajegas. Rhynek has turned it over 7 or 8 times, something that's been troubling for them. Second time we're covering them. Other time it was 16-4 loss to Croton, 17-4 loss to Croton Harmon, as Rob Moretti corrected me with that score. As Croton Harmon easily won that one, dominating Rhinebeck. As Croton Harmon Tigers beat the Panthers easy. This one will be handled behind the goal from Friedman. And kicked around by Rhinebeck. Touched the official for a second. Wasn't near the out of bounds line. It was just looked like it might have went to a Rhinebeck player, but it hit the official instead and bounced towards Ardsley. So that was the official, I think, who caused the delay because he was 20 minutes late as well. So his timing is off today, as Ardsley will have it behind the goal. That one played by Ardsley, picked up by Rhinebeck though, as it couldn't be handled, and taking it forward will be Andy Rayburn. Rayburn has switched his jersey number earlier in their 20. Calcagni has it, and his shot will be saved by Levy, as Calcagni had a great, Calcagni has it now. That was Layden who nearly scored. And that shot by Reimers will be backed up by Layden. Layden nearly scored to make it a 5-1, but it was saved by Levy, his third of the game, as he's been solid in goal. So he's still pitching a shutout here. 5-0 with nearly 17 minutes gone by in this game. So it'll be 17 now. And that one behind the goal, the shot will be saved again by Levy. As he came out to break down Connor Layden's shot, and he got a foot save and a beauty and kicked it away, as it'll be a violation against Rhinebeck, so it'll be Ardsley ball with 4:47 remaining first quarter, as this one will be played forward here by Ardsley's Will Palladino. Palladino plays it to Ryan Friedman, looking for a hat trick, as he's got 2 for early goals. The first and third goal, as he's looking to make some moves here on Brian Reyes. As Reyes guards him, takes it behind the goal, looking for another assist. Is Friedman will pass it though instead to Emmett Farrell, who has 2 assists already, and a goal who will pass to Fodeman, who hasn't cracked the scoring column yet. And this one will be played by Ardsley to the side of the goal, as they'll take their time, as they should, with their 5-0 lead with 3:50 remaining here in the first half at Rhinebeck High School. And that one is dropped by Ardsley, but picked up by Friedman, and he'll pass it. And that shot will be scored. So an assist there. Emmett Farrell, 3rd assist of the game, as Danny Hewitt gets his 2nd goal. 2nd of the half of this quarter as well. 8 minutes and 27 seconds into the 2nd quarter. 2 goals for Hewitt now. 3 assists for Farrell, and a goal. 3 saves for Levy. Shutout is intact. Goal for Strick. 2 goals and an assist for Ryan Friedman, and Will Bedingfield has an assist. And 5 saves for Matt Ponticello for Rhinebeck, with 3:10 remaining in this one, in this first half. Excuse me. That one towards the goal, and we have an illegal hit. As helping him up after the play was Chinchuli. So he'll get called for the penalty. First penalty of the game, as the hard hit on a defenseless player in Danny Hewitt. Hewitt was just done with the play, and Chinchuli had nowhere to go, and he just clocked him. So that'll be a penalty on him, a legal hit. at exactly the 3-minute mark. This is interesting. He came out, he gave the long stick to Layden. He's listed as a midfielder. He's using the long stick, but not eligible. And they're not allowed to do that switch. The officials realized. I think they're picking up the penalty, though, because he's coming back in. Interesting.
Because he was in the crease?
Maybe because he was in the crease and it was defense, and it wasn't defenseless play. They decided to pick up the flag. Anyhow, there's no penalty, so neither team will be up. Interesting to note, both teams just have 6 players on the bench. Well, 5 for Ardsley, 6 for Rhinebeck. The shot will be faked. Shot and is saved by the goalie Ponticello, his 6th, on the shot by Emmett Farrell, who was looking for his 2nd goal to go along with 3 assists, and they'll bring it up. So Jen Sully didn't have to serve the penalty, and it helped because that offensive chance maybe got a better look if they did have the man up, but because the player was in the box and the goalie already had it, I think they picked up the penalty. Ultimately, 2 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. And it is a 6-0 lead for Ardsley in this 2. Rhinebeck and Lacrosse is C. Ardsley is B. In other sports, Rhinebeck is B and Ardsley is A. But in lacrosse, like football, Rhinebeck is C, Ardsley B. This one behind the goal by Layden. As he'll pass it. Rhinebeck just trying to keep the ball out of the sticks of the offense from Rhinebeck, and that shot was deflected as it was knocked away. It stays in though, and the play is still in as it did not go past the yellow line. The yellow line behind the goal extends all the way to right in front of the football goalpost, very close to the goalpost. So that's
the white line for boys in the back.
The white line is just in the boys in the back, but the sideline for boys is the yellow. Can be a little confusing.
Nice defense,
But
Ardsley.
right, the yellow line behind is for girls line. It's the girls field is a little longer. As this one will be brought in. The white line behind the goal is the end line for boys. As there's now 35 seconds. Rhinebeck had the ball, started this possession inside the 2.5-minute mark, about 2:20, and still maybe have 1 or 2 nearly turned over by Vajegas. Picked up 3 seconds. A timeout called once again by Coach Jonathan Sable to save the possession with 25 seconds left. And we'll be right back as a 6-0 deficit for the Panthers. Here on LMC Varsity Sports, the Rhinebeck Panthers trailing Ardsley Panthers 6-0. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, final 25 seconds, another heads-up timeout by Coach Jonathan Sable to save his team's possession, looking to get a goal before this final 13 seconds here in this first half. Rhinebeck is looking for that one good shot, but they got to get it off as there's 6 seconds here. Got to go towards the goal. They don't realize 3 seconds from far out. It has to be taken now, and it will be deflected and stopped before it reached the goal by Chris Petrella from Ardsley, as that shot was taken by Kevin Reimers. So Rhinebeck will end the first half shutout 6-0. Only gave up 2 goals though in the 2nd quarter, so that is a positive after giving up 4 in the first, as they were both scored by Danny Hewitt in that 2nd quarter. 6-0 halftime lead for Ardsley over Rhinebeck. We'll be back with the second half coming up next here on LMC Varsity Sports. See if Rhinebeck has a little comeback in them. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, just about set for the second half to begin. The 3rd quarter between the Ardsley Panthers and Rhinebeck Panthers, and we have an infraction against Rhinebeck. First time they've done that on the face-off. They just flat out lost most of them, but a couple times Ardsley has had the infractions, but now the infraction was called against Rhinebeck, so it'll go to Ardsley, and they'll have it here, looking to add to their 6-0 lead. as this one will be swung around by Ardsley. And behind the goal pass is scored, as that was Emmett Farrell, his second goal, assisted by Ryan Friedman, his second assist. So 2 goals and 3 assists for Emmett Farrell now, and 2 assists and 2 goals for Ryan Friedman now. Good pass from Friedman to set up the goal. 42 seconds into this third quarter. 7-0 advantage for the Ardsley Panthers. As this face-off, Khalil Johns will take it along with Roman Calcagni, and the size difference between Johns and Calcagni is tremendous. And this one is still scrum for about 10 seconds later and finally picked up by Rhynek, so that's a face-off win for Calcagni about 20 seconds after he took it with much bigger Johns, as it was picked up by Connor Layden, who passed to Justin Layden. And it'll be taken towards the goal by Rynek's. And a shot is scored by Roman Calcagni, assisted by Kevin Reimers on a nice pass. And Roman Calcagni with the goal, 1:13 into this second half, and Rhynek will not be shut out in this one, as it took 25 minutes and 13 seconds to score. But Rhynek will get that goal, as Roman Calcagni will have it, assisted by Kevin Reimers, both returning players. Calcagni was on the team as a freshman, sophomore now with that, as he scored that. And Reimers, a junior, as this one, once again, the face-off will be taken by Johns and Calcagni. And after his quick goal, and picked up easily this time by Khalil Johns, he'll bring it forward. And stripped from behind, and that one is still loose, but picked up by Daniel Strick. And the first time out of the game taken by Ardsley head coach Andrew Nappy. 10:31 remaining, as Coach Nappy didn't want to turn it over. As we'll be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports. Rhynek has a goal as they trail now 7-1. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, following the first time out of the game by Ardsley, and they immediately turn it over, as they couldn't connect with it, was Friedman and Farrell. Farrell couldn't handle the pass from Friedman, as those two have hooked up. They hooked up for the first 2 goals on the opposite end. Farrell to Friedman, and then Friedman to Farrell. And then as Rhynek throws it away, and that happened the other way as well for them. A couple times they've hooked up, but had a rare turnover following the timeout. But Ardsley will have it back, as Rhynek immediately turns it over into double digits now in turnovers. So is Rhynek, and that's definitely been one of their undoings in this one. And in addition to not getting enough shots on goal, as they've had less shots than Ardsley has goals, as they have about four shots now on goal and on the goal. In lacrosse, if you take a shot and it's wide of the goal, the goalie doesn't have to make a save. It doesn't count as a shot. Shot on goal is anything has to be saved. That one wide, that shot, even though it was a shot taken by Friedman, that does not count as a shot on goal. But it does count, as it'll go to Rhynek, as Brandon Toohey will get the ball, as he was closer to it before Strick. That one will be kept in well before the yellow. As it'll be taken from Daniel Garofalo to the goalie. And he'll look for a long pass, and he'll make it, and it'll get past the line, and it'll be dropped at first, but then picked up by Layden on the outlet pass from Ponticello, the goalie, who has 6 saves now. It's just 1-1 in the third quarter score, as Ardsley scored quickly into this quarter, and that one is shot and scored by Rhynek, and that was a goal by Connor Layden. As Layden gets the goal, looked like it was unassisted, as there was a scrum for it, or a couple passing around. No direct assist for Layden. And Rhynek, senior midi, gets his first goal of the game, 7-2, 2 straight goals, and Rhinebeck leads this quarter 2-1 over Ardsley, trailing for the game by 5, 7-2, and Rhinebeck can get a couple more and get it to within a 3 or 2 goal difference even. You never know. They were trailing 7-0 after first 30 seconds of this third quarter, as they were down 6-0 at the half. And 2 quick goals. There are 2 shots that have gone on, and Roman Calcagni with another faceoff win is second of this half as he beat John Levy on the faceoff, as Johns wasn't in on the field, so he didn't take the faceoff to Khalil Johns, who beat Calcagni a couple times earlier. And that one will be played back to Calcagni, and he drops it but picks it up on the pass from Andy Rayburn. Played over to Dan Vajegas. Vajegas will pass it to Layden, Connor Layden, who just scored the goal. Unassisted back, and Connor Layden gets it back, and he nearly scores again. This one is backed up properly by Justin Layden, and he'll save it and keep it for Rhinebeck as they'll play it to Vajegas with Layden. 7-2, 7:45 to go here in the third quarter as Rhinebeck trails Ardsley in this battle of the Panthers between 2 and 5 teams. Ardsley a little bigger in school size, a B for lacrosse, Rhinebeck a C, and as in other sports they're an A, is Ardsley, and a B. Although Ardsley, I think, recently went down from A to B because some years the school size, it keeps fluctuating. They've been back from A and B a couple times as Ardsley. I think right now, though, they are an A in other sports. And they did win the B title, though, when they went down, but they went back up in baseball, I remember. That's when they beat Rhinebeck, when Rhinebeck was in B a year or 2 ago, but then they went back up the next year and Rhinebeck won the following year for the Class B baseball title. That's neither here nor there, as we're back on the lacrosse pitch, as Rhinebeck is C in lacrosse and they're B, and that shot nearly a beautiful one by Kevin Reimers, but he just put it wide. It was backed up, though, by Rhinebeck's Justin Layden, and he'll play it forward as he went for the ground ball goal. He would have had it if he had it on frame, and nearly stolen away by Ardsley, but battling for was Reimers, and he'll pick it up as it couldn't be stolen by Will Palladino. So he tried to muscle it away, but it wasn't allowed, and that shot is just wide, picked up by Calcagni. So he was closest to it. Actually, not Calcagni. Calcagni has it now to Justin Layden. Back to Connor Layden. Nice move, Connor Layden, and he'll bounce it wide, backed up by Justin Layden. And this one played forward by Rhinebeck. And this one will go to Reimers' shot. Nearly past the goal mouth, and he couldn't pick it up because it was in the crease, and a nice save, as that was Connor Layden looking for Kevin Reimers, who shot it, looking for his first goal. So he had as an assist earlier, but it was saved by Trevor Levy, his 4th of the game. 4 saves, 2 goals allowed, as opposed to 6 saves, and for Matt Ponicello with 7 goals allowed. Picked up by Rhinebeck's Emilio Ayala, and then picked up by Alex Delita. And a smart timeout once again. Coach Jonathan Sable showing his smart coaching tactics as he saved 3 possessions now on timeouts. So definitely wisely using them. And every possession is big as Rhinebeck looking to take it to a 4-goal deficit as they trail 7-2 with 5:25 left in the third. We'll be right back next on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Charlie McGraw alongside cameraman Alex Newman, Ray Marslick, and LMC Varsity Sports producer and other cameraman Rob Moretti. We are here at Rhinebeck High School with 5:10 remaining following the smart timeout by Coach Jonathan Sable. Rhinebeck and Ardsley battle to a 7-2 game as Ardsley leads them, and long passes kept in by Strick and out of bounds, though, and Rhinebeck gets the turnover. Rhinebeck will play it forward with Vajegas. as this is the final game of the weekend. This game took place 2 days ago if you're watching this on Friday. Or, yeah, the past week and Wednesday. Three days if you at Saturday, or 4 days on Sunday here at Rhinebeck High School. Final game of the weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. That one will be played in by Rhinebeck behind the goal. Vajegas battles, but stepping off for a second was Fodeman, and Vajegas picked it up as it'll be played to Calcagni, looking for another goal, but he's denied any lane by the defender, Justin Green. And played behind the goal to Reimers. Played wide with 3:55. Rhinebeck trails towards the goal, and it looked like he was going to take the shot, did Layden, but it was stolen away on a nice defensive play there by Bedingfield, who's only defender in this game to have an assist. And that one goes out as the pressure from Calcagni caused the turnovers. He's been pretty good in this one for Rhinebeck, as he has a goal. He's won a good amount of face-offs, despite being the smallest players. He scored the first goal of the for Rhinebeck, and the second goal was scored by Connor Layden. Kevin Reimers assisted on that first goal as well. As he'll bring it up, will Calcagni, and he'll be met immediately and knocked around there. Calcagni trying to sneak in and get it, but he can't, and using his bigger body to make the defensive change was Will Bedingfield.
All blow.
As that one will be played forward by Ardsley behind the goal. And that play is shot, and a bouncing goal scored by Ardsley on another assist from Ryan Friedman. He's got 3 assists, a goal and a hat trick for Danny Hewitt. 2 goals in the second quarter, and now 3 goals for Hewitt as he bounced that one by Matt Ponicello, who has 6 saves, 4 saves for Trevor Levy, 3 assists and 2 goals for Emmett Farrell. 3 goals now for Danny Hewitt. Ryan Freeman with 2 goals and 3 assists. And a goal for Daniel Strick is the 8 goals and assists. 8 goals and the number of assists for Ardsley, as Roman Calcagni loses the draw. He has a goal, so does Connor Layden, and an assist by Kevin Reimers, as that one is turned over by Ardsley, and Rhinebeck will get it back. 2:30 remaining, down 8-2 here at Rhinebeck High School. 3 timeouts used by Rhinebeck, 1 timeout used by Ardsley. They'll go towards the goal, though, will the Panthers. That shot is just wide by Kevin Reimers, would have been assisted by Connor Layden. And that one will be played forward by Rhinebeck, and that is nearly lost, but a legal play by Rhinebeck results in Ardsley ball, and Friedman just sprinting towards the goal, and he will score unassisted. Ryan Friedman, he has 3 goals and 3 assists now, and it is 9-2. Friedman has 3 goals and 3 assists now. He assisted twice on Emmett Farrell goals, and he had another assist on a Danny Hewitt goal. Now scored his 3rd, as he scored the first goal of the game as well. Did Friedman, so 3 goals, 3 assists. He's total the most points. You get a point for each, so 6 points. And that's where Emmett Farrell has 2 goals and 3 assists, and just 3 goals for Danny Hewitt, who will take this face-off against Calcagni, who's taken all of them in the second half and lost to Hewitt there, 9-2. 2 quick goals by, make it 3 quick goals Hewitt with the assist. He passed it as a late flag after the goal. That was unnecessary roughness against Rhinebeck as well. Looks as Hewitt passed it to Farrell. So Farrell now has 3 goals and 3 assists. Hewitt has his first assist. And Rhinebeck leads. Rhinebeck trails 10-2 now, as that's a penalty. First actual penalty, as that was a late hit after the goal against Roman Calcagni. So he'll go to the sideline and have to take a knee. So there is no penalty box in boys lacrosse, unlike hockey. So 3 goals now for Emmett Farrell, 3 assists, an assist for Danny Hewitt to go with the 3 goals, and 3 goals, 3 assists for Ryan Friedman, as Ardsley players are just padding their stats now. 10-2. Rhinebeck had a small chance when they had some momentum down 7-2. They had a couple of chances, shots. They could have got it 7-4, 7-5. They would have been right back in it, but Ardsley just pulled away, as when it was 7-2, they've scored 3 straight goals in the last 3 minutes to take a commanding 10-2 lead. 2 more goal lead, and we'll go to running time. It's basically the baseball version of the mercy rule, as that one deflects and goes out, backed up though by Daniel Strick, who had 1 goal on the afternoon. That one will be played around by Ardsley with 50 seconds, as they're just looking to waste some time, and smartly you do, as there's no shot clock here in boys or girls lacrosse, as the Rhinebeck softball team gets out of the top of the 6th up 5-3 right behind us. And that one will be taken wide and backed up by plenty of players. As trying to back it up was Ponticello, but he couldn't get there, and it was backed up by Ardsley's Daniel Strick and Gary Robbins as well. Robbins calling for it. They can't get it to him. Coming back in from the penalty, quickly Calcagni, and he hits the player low, going down with it, but getting up quickly. Straight from the penalty area, the knee. Calcagni comes in and immediately has a hit on Emmett Farrell. Calcagni, easily the smallest player, looks about 5'5", 5'4", 130, 140 out there, but he hits hard for a little guy, that's for sure. And Rhinebeck will get it, no penalty, as it was a clean hit. Just coming out will be the player who was the victim of the hit, the bigger Danny Hewitt. This one will be played forward, as that was a late hit, but it was clean. So that one goes forward, picked up by Calcagni with 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of the third quarter, 10-2 lead for the Ardsley Panthers, as they scored 4 in the third quarter and 2 to Rhinebeck. First 2 goals of the game, as it is 10-2 entering the final quarter here on LMC Varsity Sports. We'll be right back with the final quarter. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, final quarter here at Rhinebeck High School. Final 12-minute quarter in this boys lacrosse game between 2-5 Ardsley Panthers and the 2-5 Rhinebeck Panthers, as Calcagni wins it, foul against Ardsley. As the 2 teams will switch sides for the final time, as Rhinebeck will shoot in the direction that they shot in the second quarter, and Ardsley will shoot in the same direction second quarter. That direction in the second quarter, Ardsley only scored 2 goals, Rhinebeck scored 0. So we'll see what happens in this final and fourth quarters. This one was played around and a legal hit. It's crazy. Lacrosse wasn't even didn't even have the ball. The guy hit him, and that's legal, as there's basically a fight for the ball here, and finally picked up by Ardsley, thrown to Rhinebeck though, and picked up by Connor Layden. Lacrosse, boys lacrosse, very tough game, big difference. The girls lacrosse, you're not allowed to hit. If you hit, it's a penalty. Like, you're not allowed to touch the other player. Here, can't go 1 minute without seeing a big hit. definitely could have a statistical category of hits like they do in hockey, as Rhineck has it. And this one will be played as behind the goal by Andy Rayburn. Rayburn cuts towards the goal and he'll lose it. Picked up by the goalie Levy. And the defense and forwards from Ardsley, or attack from forwards, there's the second penalty of the game, go in motion with the turnover. Another penalty on Roman Calcagnia, second of the game. Unnecessary roughness, I think, again, as Ardsley will be a man up. They couldn't take advantage of it last time. That one will be played forward from Ardsley on the 6-on-5 power play, and an easy goal, as that one is scored by Emmett Farrell, excuse me. He has 4 goals now. Look like assisted by Gary Robbins. Either Robbins or Hewitt. I think Robbins got it before Hewitt. 3 goals, 2 assists Hewitt has. 4 goals now for Farrell to lead all scorers. He has 4 goals. Hewitt has 3 goals. Friedman has 3 goals for for Ardsley. And the 11th goal is one scored by Daniel Strick. So 4 for Emmett Farrell, 3 for Danny Hewitt. That's 7, plus Ryan Friedman's 3 is 10, and 1 by Daniel Strick. Levy has 4 saves and 7 saves for Ponticello. And we will have a timeout, Ardsley, as they didn't want to lose possession, so Coach Andrew Nappy calling the timeout. We'll be right back. Final 9:29, 11-2, Ardsley. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the timeout by Ardsley, as Rhineck is full strength. And following the penalty to Calcagni, they got the full strength back on the field, 6-on-6, 9 minutes to go, 11-2. Ardsley looking to add to their lead though, and this one will go out of bounds as that's a turnover on the side. Last touch by Ardsley, so it'll go to Rhineck, as running after it is Coach Andrew Nappy, and he'll give it to Chinchuli, who will play it forward. So Roman Calcagni has 2 penalties, the only 2 in this one, both for unnecessary roughness. And the smallest player on the field, then he has a pass go off his stick. Since it was a pass and not a shot, it goes to Ardsley, as they will play it forward, as he couldn't find Andy Rayburn. Rhineck's goal scores still were Calcagni with the first one, Layden with the second, and as an assist by Reimers, as this one is played by Ardsley, dropped, faked the shot after dropping it was Fodeman. Why is he there? Oh. As waiting to sub in is Ian Gabriel for Rhineck. And that one is scored by Daniel Strick, his second goal of the game. So another multi-scorer, as the game time will now be running clock, as inside 8 minutes, not because it's inside 8 minutes, but because they're up 12-2. It's now a running clock. Daniel Strick now has 2 goals. So every goal scorer is now a multiple goal scorer. 3 for Ryan Friedman, 2 for Daniel Strick, 4 for Emmett Farrell, and 3 for Danny Hewitt, as it's 12-2 with a running clock that wastes 30 seconds. But down, that's the mercy rule in lacrosse, is the clock runs. This one will be picked up on the face-off and won by Ardsley's John Levy. This one will be played back by the Ardsley Panthers' Josh Cohen, and he will score. So Josh Cohen will get on the score sheet with a goal. The sophomore midfielder on a nice move and a quick whipping shot out of the reach of Ponticello. And it is 13-2. 2 goals in the last minute for the Panthers, as last one was by Daniel Strick. Now Josh Cohen will be a single goal scorer for them, as everyone else is a multiple. Strick has 2. 3 for Friedman, 4 for Farrell, 3 for Hewitt, 4 saves for Levy, the goalie. And Rhinex side, 7 saves for Ponticello, a goal for Roman Calcagni, which was assisted by Kevin Reimers, and a goal for Connor Layden, which was unassisted for Rhineck, as the Panthers trail 13-2 with 5:45 remaining. So Rhineck will fall to 2-6 on the year, and Ardsley will improve to 3-5. And this one brought in by Ardsley and shot wide by Ardsley's John Levy, as he was looking to get on the score sheet for the first time. Backed up and played by Farrell, Emmett Farrell, leading goal scorer in this one with 4 goals, 3 assists. This one played towards the goal mouth and a save by Ponticello, save number 8. And they pass it, and it is shot wide. Good setup by Friedman, looking for his 4th assist. Couldn't be scored, though, by Strick, looking for the hat trick. So he would have been the 4th different Ardsley player to have a hat trick, joining Friedman, Farrell, and Hewitt, who also have assists and single and multiple assists, as Ardsley just wasting time on the clock with 4:30 remaining. Khalil Johns, the defensive midfielder, face-off specialist, will have it, and he'll have a shot at it, but it'll be high over the goal.
4 minutes blue.
Oh, excuse me. There was a substitution. So Ponticello ends the game with 6 saves, and 2 saves were made. I think it was either after the timeout or to enter the 4th quarter. Amori Gordon came in the goal. He's in the goal right now, so he is 2 saves. 7 for Ponticello. Finished the game. Gordon's given up 1 or 2 goals, depending on when he came in. I think maybe the timeout was probably to start the quarter, though. So he has 3 saves, 3 giving up 3 this quarter. This one played by Reimers towards the goal, as Rhineck looking to cut the deficit to 10. So they play it to Rayburn. Rayburn has it now, as shouting directions is Levy, the goalie. Play to Calcagni, and Calcagni has a whip of a goal, as that was a nice goal by Roman Calcagni. He just fired it. So 2 goals to go along with his 2 penalties for Calcagni, and 2 assists now. Reamer with the long assist behind the goal. Fed it out there, and Calcagni caught it. Still running time, though, 13-3, 2:55 left, as the Rhineck Panthers look to put one or two more in the net before the final 2:40 in this one. As the face-off will be taken here by Emilio Ayala. And Ayala against the long stick. Ayala can't win it, and this face-off win for Ardsley's Danny Hewitt as it was picked up by teammate Will Bedingfield. And Ardsley will have it as the softball team puts the finishing touches on their 7-3 win behind us. They'll be playing it forward, Will Ryanek. Ardsley here. Ryanek trying to steal it. As pressuring the player was Mitch O'Brien. So Ardsley just wasting time. No rush with a 13-3 lead and 1:35 remaining. Ardsley just playing some keep away against Ryanek. Stay tuned for the post-game show as I'll break it down and talk to head coach Jonathan Sable. Coming up next after this one's done, that'll be in 1 minute 15 seconds. And it'll truly be in 1 minute 15 seconds as they're playing running time because of the 10 run, 10 goal lead for Ardsley. Final minute.
50 seconds.
Ryanek trailing. 50 seconds. Ardsley keep away. This one will be played by Ardsley. Nearly stolen, and it will be knocked around and almost picked up. Not sure what happened to the referee's whistles, but as that was a dangerous hit, but they're just letting them play the final 20 seconds, so that could have been bad as Friedman got the best of it. But he was able to get up and get the ball now. There's a couple hard hits there. Final 10 seconds, Ryanek just defending Friedman. So Friedman will finish with 3 goals, 3 assists, and Ardsley showing good sportsmanship by not shooting. Friedman kind of jumps with it and throws it towards the goal as the players go towards the goalie to celebrate the final 13-3 win for Ardsley over Ryanek. 1 goal for Ryanek and 3 goals for Ardsley in the fourth quarter as the final score was 13-3. Stay tuned for the post-game show. Coming up next, and I'll interview Coach Jonathan Sable here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on the post-game show with Coach Jonathan Sable. And Coach, it's been a tough start to the season, 2-6. What do you think of the season so far and expectations for the rest of the season?
I mean, expectations has always been the same for these kids. We're looking to develop the program. We're looking to develop their fundamentals, which is working on stick skills and just really building the team as a whole. And I think that's been one thing that we're struggling is getting kids to buy in 100%. But, I mean, the effort today was definitely there.
And as a new program, that's got to be very tough for you to develop a new program. Some kids beginners at Lacrosse. It's, I think, the 3rd or 4th year of this program. It's a tough task for you to start to develop a new program.
Yeah, I mean, definitely this year, graduating 14 seniors last year and bringing in an extremely younger group, we knew that was going to be a challenge. But we're excited with the opportunity that we have because these kids are going to be in the program for a little bit, so we have some time to develop them.
And yeah, you got to be excited. You have some good young players, like Roman Calcagni, and it's good for the team to have a couple of young players to build a program around. And in a couple of years, they'll be seniors, and they should be very good players.
Yeah, 100%. We're not only looking at the kids we have here, but also within our modified program. We're excited with some of the kids that are coming up, so we like what we have going on here.
Back here on the postgame show, in the Battle of the Panthers, final score was 13-3. Ardsley gained the best of Ryanek. Ardsley led throughout the game, dominated, but Ryanek had some good play from Roman Calcagni, who had 2 goals. and Rhinebeck was able to sustain the lead at points, but in the end, Ardsley got the best of them. And as Coach Jonathan Sable said, it's good though because it's a young program. It's in its third year, and in a couple years, some of these young players will be stars for him. So in the end, the kids are maturing and getting better, and the team will grow as the season goes on for this Rhinebeck team as they fall to 2-6. Ardsley is now 3-5, and the final score 13-3, Ardsley over Rhinebeck. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast, including the CEO, Eric Lewis, the COO, Matt Sullivan. Community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti. For our cameramen who did a great job, Ray Marsalik, Alex Newman, and Rob Moretti. Once again, final score 13-3, Ardsley over Rhinebeck in boys lacrosse. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Sean McGraw. Have a great evening.